Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about some financial fraud. I came across the story of a woman trying to claim to, I believe, her credit card company that like the food or some aspect of her Disney trip was fraud. And she's trying to get all those thousands and thousands of dollars back. So let's jump on into it.
Most magical place in the world, but you're gonna call and report all your transactions being fraudulent. Well, not all of them. Most of them, over $5,000 in food at Disney
$5,000.
parks, you report as being fraudulent. Not the hotel stay, not the airplane tickets, not the park tickets. Only the food transactions you're reporting as being
Just the
fraudulent
food?
from your trip to Disney. Customer calls in regards to transactions that she sees in Disney World. I'm automatically thinking that somebody stole her card and went to Disney. She lets me know that she was in Disney, but all of the transactions in regards to the food were fraudulent. Our guest restaurant, Cinderella's Royal Table, Stone's Tavern, Main Street Bakery at Starbucks, all of these transactions and more are all fraudulent. I go to ask about the transactions that were actually at the theme park for the purchase of the tickets. The customer says all those transactions are valid. So how in the world can you sit here and say that only the restaurant transactions are fraudulent? You think that you can say that you went to the actual park, you were admitted to the park, but the food portion was not? It is denied because you don't make no sense. I'm getting this money back.
Okay, so you admit that you were there, that you were at Disney, you were at these parks, you did all these things, stayed at the really expensive hotels that are at Disney, and the only thing that was fraud was you eating there? That makes no sense. Yes, food at Disney is expensive. It's all expensive. Like, you know that. So you were literally telling them, like, yeah, I was there. I just didn't eat at any of these places. Like, that makes no sense. And like if you're staying at Disney, Disney has everything tied like to your room, to your reservation, to like they do like little magic bands or little cards to get in. So they know what park you were at when. If you made a reservation, it's attached to your account. Most of the time you have to put like cards down as like to hold your reservation. And people do that several, actually I think it opens up like 90 days in advance. People are making reservations for to eat at the Disney parks because it's so chaotic there. And so you're not convincing me that you didn't eat at any of these places.
And now you're reporting all your transactions as fraudulent. Y'all said that y'all wanted the story time, so here we go. So Minnie went ahead and made all the confirmations and reservations and put down her deposits over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
She went to Disney 2 weeks before she reported all of her transactions being fraudulent. Swipe, she did what she was going to do. She enjoyed Disney World. Then she comes back. The first time that she reports the transactions as being fraudulent were only the food transactions. So she went to Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. She went to Cinderella's Castle. All of these places you have to make reservations for. Yeah. So we were provided with the reservation information. She had Dippin' Dots transactions. She had all of the foods from Magic Kingdom, from Epcot. There were transactions from every single park. Now, from another claim that she filed, that it was 8 people that went. So the first fraud that she was saying happened was just all of the food transactions. That totaled up to be, I think, $4,980 something dollars. So almost $5,000. So now you're back and you're sitting here seeing how much you spent over for the entire Disney stay. Hotel, reservations, food, all of the attractions, spent over $13,000.
$13,000.
And now you're sitting here wanting to get all your money back because you either one didn't know how much you're going to spend, or you just thought it was going to be easy for you to get your money back, but it wasn't. So I reached out to Disney, and Disney's like, no, we have every single confirmation, every single thing that she purchased. And she went ahead and she signed for it. There was nothing that was stolen. There was nothing that was fraudulent. And so I'm sitting here like, baby, they got the documentation. And they have the audacity to say that the airplane tickets that were purchased were fraudulent. When I reached out to the airline, they have every single passenger that has all the information that was sent over from Disney. Baby, you think that people just gonna sit here and just give you their money back and they're gonna protect themselves? Boarding passes, copies of the boarding passes that were scanned. You're telling me that they ain't gonna? Yeah, so no. Though the 2 claims for Disney was denied, but she spent maybe over $10,000? Over $10,000 at Disney. I hope Mickey was fantastic. I hope you got your old toodles.
Okay, so your first claim comes back as they're like, nope, we're not doing that. So instead of being like, okay, they didn't fall for my scam, I'm gonna go ahead and claim the entire thing as fraud. You already admitted that you were there. You told them in the first call. You went there. And Disney and any like major corporation, they have so many ways of confirming like you did that or a member of your party that you approved did that. Because like at Disney, if you are staying at their hotel or their resort and you got their little magic band, it's connected to your hotel room. So you can like buy things with your band, which is dangerous. And they know that. And but every time you do, you have to sign for it and you have to put in a pin. So they can easily track and see who bought it, what band bought it, find that receipt, find that signature, check the pin. And the airline, like, okay, one, why are you claiming fraud when you probably purchased those airline tickets months ago? And now they're fraud? Like, you didn't notice? But you have to scan your ID at the airport. Like the past few times I have flown, they have like scanned my ID at security and then taken a picture. I don't know if that has been a thing for a while. I haven't been flying a lot, but the past like a month ago I had to fly and they did it. So there are so many ways to prove like you spending over $10,000, $13,000 on this trip, they're not going to give you any of that money back. Like, yes, if you are going on a big trip, if you are doing something, I like using my credit cards. I don't use a debit card for anything because there is protection. And that bank, that credit card company is going to fight those charges of fraud. If someone actually stole your card, they're actually pretty good in my experience of not making you pay that and figuring out what's going on because that's their money. That's their money. It's not your money. It is still the credit cards company's money that was actually spent on that item. Then now you owe them. So they have the resources to figure out what happened. They can get security tapes, they can get receipts. So why did you think that you would be able to put this trip as fraud? I just don't. It reminds me of like high school or different things where people would buy something to like pretend that it was theirs just to go and leave the tags on to return it. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on this situation. I still am flabbergasted that someone would go on this massive trip. Every single person knows that Disney is expensive. It's like going to Europe. It is expensive as hell. Even if you find the deals, you go during off time, if you stay on property or you do any of these things, there's ways to make it a lot more cost effective, but it's expensive. Disney knows what they're doing. It's an incredible experience, but it's expensive, and you know that going in. Thank you guys for joining me for this little story time. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on the situation, and I will catch you all on the next one. Bye.